Right, we are live. We are at Rhett's Tails and Shells in Farmerville, Louisiana, on the shores of beautiful Lake D'Arbonne. I'm Rhett Godey alongside Marty Brunson. This is the 12th annual Bass Classic in honor and memory of Brayden Lynn, and all the proceeds are going to go to Catch a Dream Foundation out of Mississippi. Marty was there in the beginning, and Marty, my friend, if you would, just take us back to the beginning. Catch a Dream Foundation. Who are you? How did it all start?
Hey, thanks, Rick. Thanks for
welcome.
The opportunity. Very simply, in 1999, our very good friends at the Make-A-Wish Foundation established a national policy that said no longer would they allow a child who otherwise qualified for Make-A-Wish, that is a child with a life-threatening or terminal medical condition, no longer would they allow a child in that situation who applied for Make-A-Wish to be granted a wish if it involved any type of a weapon, bows, arrows, knives, firearms of any sort. And that was a direct result to the anti-hunting, the anti-shooting movement that existed then, still exists today. They thus then said no more hunting, no more fishing, consumptive use type sports. That didn't sit well with an awful lot of folks, especially in the Deep South, but certainly all over the country. So late in 1999, a concept was born to stand in that gap. And a gentleman from Brookhaven, Mississippi, not far down the road southeast of here, named Bruce Brady, who himself was dying of cancer, said we need to find a way to create a program to stand in that gap. So Bruce conceived of the idea but did not survive to see it come to fruition. When Bruce passed away in early 2000, a handful of folks, including myself, who knew and loved Bruce Brady, decided we need to take action. So the Catch a Dream Foundation, at least the concept, was born in early 2000. A program to stand in the gap and do something that Make-A-Wish could no longer do, and that's provide these children that once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to hunt and fish, if that's their desire.
If that is their desire. Catch a Dream, the website is catchadream.org.
That is correct, very simply.
Catchadream.org to go to find out more. So you were there at the beginning, and I've dealt with other incredibly benevolent organisms, and I call them that because it's a bunch of human beings doing human things for good of others, and organizations that every story is unique, every one is precious, yet there's usually one or two that stand out. And by the way, they also say this, and I touch on this if it's true, the doctors don't always get it right.
Absolutely.
Am I right?
Doctors don't always get it right.
I don't want to sow false hope, but to talk about some of the miraculous stories that you've got to witness over the years.
Well, it's been quite amazing. You know, when we conceived Catch a Dream in the early 2000s, our mindset was that we would serve 2, 3, 4 children in Mississippi a year. Very quickly, we learned
the end of
this would become a national phenomenon now. And we've not just served Mississippi children, but we've now served children from 47 different states and 2 provinces in Canada, pushing 900 child trips across the U.S. and Canada. These trips encompass 3 to 5 days, sometimes 8 or 10 days if it's Alaska or one of the larger game kinds of things. And we met children and families from all walks of life, dealing with all kinds of illnesses that, quite honestly, before Catch a Dream was conceived, I never knew existed.
Well, that's a whole, nobody knows anything exists until they are taught. I didn't know.
Absolutely.
Until this Brayden Lynn Classic. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, that's okay. But it's been quite an amazing journey in that we've met children and families and healthcare professionals and volunteers and people like Beverly Nunn and her family who do this tournament to benefit Catch a Dream, but do it in memory of her son Brayden, who passed away tragically now 12 years ago, not far from here on Lake Claiborne. It's been not just a journey, but it's been a blessing of sorts. So these children that years ago I thought they're someone else's children. You know, these are kids, yes, they exist, but this wasn't real to Marty Brunson until I had the opportunity to become involved in this by a hook and a crook, which we won't go into here. But by three hooks and crooks, I had the opportunity to become involved. Now these children, I now know, are their children have moms and dads. They have little brothers and big brothers and big sisters. They have puppies and they have ponies. They have real lives, and it's changed the whole complexion. So our job is to give these children and families that one of our volunteers once described as folks who desperately need to know that hope does indeed exist, to give them a reason to hope. So we set out from the very beginning to do more than just be a travel agency. We wanted to be an organization that provides to a child and a family, and in many cases a whole community, a reason to wake up tomorrow and to keep battling. So we couch catch a dream upon a very simple, basic Christian premise that the Creator who put these resources here for us to enjoy, to take care of, and to benefit from, also put us here and loves us enough to have given us a reason to look to the future. So we have a message of Christian hope, which we base in a passage of Scripture which we chose early on. Talks about eagle's wings. Isaiah chapter 40 verse 31 talks about soaring on eagle's wings. Those who hope in the Lord, there's that hope word, will renew their strength. They'll soar on wings like eagles, run and not grow weary, and they'll walk and not be faint. And there's the message of hope that we want to give to these children and those families.
That's Beverly working right now, in
Hey,
case
Beverly.
you're wondering. You know, she's the one actually putting the...
She is
when
the
it's
workhorse.
live, it's live. Oh,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But our effort is to give them a reason to hope. So
Sure.
we work with a purpose. But what we found is the greater blessings have come back to us and to those around us, like our viewers here, your viewers, Beverly's family, and all these folks fishing this tournament who are part of something much larger than ourselves.
Awesome, awesome. Marty Brunson, it is catchadream.org, catchadream.org. If you're watching this now and live, you want to come on out, the weigh-in will start maybe at 3. You never know. If it's a bad day, it's earlier.
That's right.
If it's a real good day, they all line up. But that's going to be live streamed here as well. But you want to come out because we're going to talk with Beverly. She has voluminous amounts of prizes and auction items to bid on to raise money. She's got a goal of $30,000. Oh, by the way, not only you can do that today, how can somebody make a contribution right now if they're watching, and then it's got to be the same way if they're watching it in the future?
Absolutely. We created a web page for this event. You can access that little page by pulling out your phone and simply texting this keyword, Brayden, Brayden, to the number 71777. Send that text to 71777. You'll get a return text back. Click on the link, and you're on the Brayden Lynn page. And the last time I checked, just a few moments ago, she's over $20,000 already. We'd love to hit that $30,000 because that will support 6 or 7 child trips and fully fund those child trips into the future.
Brayden 71777. Brayden 71777. Make it happen. Again, I appreciate your time here, Marty.
Thank
Good
you,
job.
Rick. Our pleasure.
All right.
Thank you for being
thank
here.
you. Oh, you're welcome. All right, there you have it. Let's kill this stream. Hopefully it all worked out well.